Well, dining out is still looking like a luxury for many Americans. According to the November CPI report that we got this morning, food away from home shot up 3.6% year over year. That is well above the rate of food at home prices that rose 1.6% over that same period. Meanwhile, individual food group costs are a bit of a mixed bag. So looking at year over year price changes, seafood dropped 1.7%, cheese jumped 0.2%, veggies rising 1.6%, sugar up 3.3%, beef is up 5%, and then eggs, look at this, up 37.5%. Largely that is due to lower supply. There was the recent bird flu outbreak that affected that particular market. Let's bring in somebody with skin in the game because he operates 19 restaurants across the country, including Park Avenue Kitchen in New York City, Red Horse in New Jersey, Goat Pizza in North Carolina. You know him from Iron Chef America. David Burke, Hospitality Management President. David Burke joins me now on a Fox Biz exclusive. So it's good to see you.
Nice to see
Usually we wait until Christmas to get together, but this is wonderful. Yeah. So let's talk about your input costs at the restaurants, because tomorrow morning we're getting producer price index. This is what you're paying. But at the same time, these inflationary prices on food items has got to be something that you're having to deal with and manage.
Yeah, the prices of food, especially for the restaurant, or they go up. You know, like you have the eggs are crazy, but fish prices for us are 8 to 10%. Beef is 9%. Prime beef's even more. Produce is 7 to 8%. You got fires, hurricanes. You got whenever there's some kind of weather problem, the prices go up. A lot of it's due to fuel and shipping. So the restaurants get we get gouged a little bit on the delivery fees and the fuel prices. Chicken prices are up. Everything's up. We have soap to deal with, paper goods, ink. Restaurants use a lot of stuff. You know, china, glass, silverware. We got cleaning supplies. But food-wise, the food prices go up. They're up higher than what a supermarket price would be. So we have to raise prices.
That's what I was going to ask you, because a lot of restaurant owners I know, in particular in very competitive markets like in New York City or maybe in LA or Chicago, they don't want to rise prices on their customers because customers may stay at home. But you've had to make that decision. That's tough.
You have to, because the labor has gone up. Labor went up during the pandemic. They remember signing bonuses and the minimum wage jobs went up, and that never really went down. So it's hard to drop it, you know. So the wages are higher, especially in cities where the wages are higher in general. So you got to make up for that, and you need a lot of workers in restaurants.
I was thinking. Go ahead.
You need a workforce, you know.
Well, I was thinking about you because of the beef prices. Because I mean, you came to fame basically on how you cook your beef and how you prep your beef. So, you know, does that change how you build out your menus? Do you make decisions on what you're actually going to offer based on the wholesale prices that you're paying? Or?
We look at what sells. Some of our bigger cuts of meat, like the porterhouses and the dry age tomahawks and stuff, those are $135, $150 for two. Double cut. They slow down a little bit when you have an economy like this, and it picks up this time of year when you have corporate parties and such. But there's other cuts of meat. You know, we sell lots of burgers also. We sell short ribs. We have other alternatives like bison, and we get from Jersey actually. And then we have different kinds of steaks, and sometimes a smaller steak with more of an accompaniment too. So we have to be crafty, and there has to be balance on the menu. You got to have some high-priced items, and then you got to have some value-added items for most people to keep everybody happy. You know, and also fish, but fish and chicken are not cheap anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so and you know, I mean, when you go out to eat, you know, you got to add 30%, right? You got 8 or 9% tax, and you got 20% tip. So that stuff starts adding up. Bottle of water, you know, alcohol, of course, is expensive. So dining out, you have to be good to make it worthwhile for people.
Well, you're an amazing chef. I can say that from experience here in New York City. You're, very famous in particular in the city, in New Jersey, in North Carolina, where you've been expanding. But at the same time, I am curious. Do you think that it helps you? I don't know about your name recognition, but does it help you that you've got multiple restaurants in your portfolio? Yes. It does help you negotiate.
Question. It does, because we have buying power. Okay. So we have a central buyer who actually gave me all these price increases. He buys for 10 or 12 restaurants, so he can go out and instead of saying I'm buying 5 pounds, I'm buying 150 pounds, and we can get a locked-in price for the month.
Did I miss a number? If you've got them ready,
no.
did I?
Paper goods 7% up, shellfish 15% up. So those types of things, you know. So we take a hit a little bit. We can't can't pass it all on. So we have to, people like value-driven stuff like happy hours and certainly Restaurant Week certainly a popular thing too. But quality control and you got to just tighten our pencil. We got to work harder.
You're opening up 2 new restaurants though next year.
Yes.
I feel like every time I interview you, you're opening up a new restaurant. 2 next year.
Well,
Where are they?
a lot of the restaurants get started 2 or 3 years out before they start getting built.
Okay.
So then they start. One's going to be in near Singer Island, North Palm Beach. It's a building called Nautilus 220, a beautiful new high-rise going up with beautiful condos right on the marina. And one is in Jersey City called Solaz, S-O-L-A-Z, and Flemington, New Jersey, also Union Steak in a famous Union hotel. So those 3 are on the board for 25.
David, you were unstoppable. Yep. It's always great to see you.
Nice to see you. Happy holidays.
Yeah, you too. David Burke. All right.